Hello Booktube. Today I wanted to do a video about my favorite bookstores that I saw in New York, which I have been promising for like a week now. Um, Less than that. But I am really excited to do this. I Most of this isn't like footage because I'm too scared to film stuff in public. Um, so a lot of it is going to be pictures with me doing voiceovers, which I hope you always enjoy, because that's just easier for me. I think there are like 7 bookstores that I went to. I don't know. That's just a random guess, actually. I actually have no idea how many there were. But I hope you enjoy. Please check out all of these bookstores. Like, they all need the support. I ran into some random Dutch man on the street while I was there, and he like tried to ask me on a date and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll take you to Barnes and Noble," and I was like, "Excuse me, I would never date a man that goes to Barnes and Noble instead of his independent bookstores." So, I just like roasted him, but anyway, that's totally a random story, but I really do believe in supporting independent bookstores, um, especially when like it's so easy and like I personally have a much more fun time at independent bookstores than like Barnes and Noble or shopping on Amazon because like yes, it's not as convenient, but there's so much more out there, and I feel like you have those like real experiences, and like you meet so many cool like people. Like, oh my god, all the cashiers at these bookstores were incredible and so lovely and nice. So I just, yeah, I recommend bookstores. I feel like I don't need to tell people on Booktube that, but like maybe if you're not from Booktube or whatever, like here you go. um okay, let's get into it. So my first bookstore isn't actually a bookstore. This is the Poets House, which is a library specifically designed for poets, so everything in there is poetry. And my creative writing class took me there, and we just sat and wrote in the space for a really long time, which was amazing. And it had cool exhibits and things. This is the view outside, and there's a cute little garden that you can also see if you walk outside of the building. This is the Morgan Library, which is a museum, and it used to be this really old rich guy's library. So this is the awesome exterior of Blue Stockings bookstore. They have a really cool selection of queer fiction, feminist fiction, and gender studies books, and way more than I've seen in any other bookstore. And it's all volunteer run, and they have really cool merch too, so I highly recommend that. This is a bookstore called Desert Island, which only has comics and graphic novels, and it's so incredible. The art inside is awesome, so I highly recommend that. It's also right next to Quimby's bookstore, which has a lot of zines and fiction and regular stuff too, but books you don't normally see in bookstores, so I loved that also. And the first Quimby's, I think, started in Chicago, actually, not New York. This is a rare and used bookstore called Westsider Books. It's really small, but it's really cute, and the people there are so awesome. So I highly recommend this one. Lastly, I have a bookstore that I actually didn't go to, but my mom went to while she was in Hawaii. And it's called Talk Story, I think. And it's apparently the most Western bookstore in the United States. And she said it was really cool. So if you're in Hawaii, go visit them. Okay, so those are all of my bookstores. I actually think I forgot one or two. So there's a bookstore on 116th and Broadway, I want to say. Or no, like 115th and Broadway, called Book Culture on the west side. And there are multiple book cultures within the Upper West Side or Morningside Heights, and it's really cute. They're great. They have big sections on like LGBTQ plus books, and it's really close to St. John's Cathedral, which is an amazing cathedral. Check that out, and the Hungarian Pastry Shop, which are all places that I hung out in quite a bit while I was on the Upper West Side. Um, so yeah, so I just wanted to insert that. I guess I didn't really have any pictures of it, which is disappointing because that was the one that I actually visited the most. Um, but yeah, they're really cute and cool. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I, for one, love hearing about cool bookstores. If you have any bookstore recommendations for me, please leave them down below. I do travel like pretty frequently, if you can't tell. So I might just go to them. I've been to some pretty cool bookstores in San Francisco too. I really highly recommend City Lights Bookstore, which was started by Allen Ginsberg and Lawrence Ferlinghetti, who are both poets. And so there's like a huge poetry section, and like, oh my god, it's incredible. So, highly recommend that. And another bookstore, but I don't remember what it's called. So, anyway, please support your independent bookstores. There's so many cool ones. Yeah, have a good summer.